Most Republicans who have been asked in polls about this indictment believe it's politically motivated, and you'll have no trouble finding people here in Minnesota who say the same thing. But today, conservatives at our state capitol were focused on the Democratic Party in general in this state and the direction it is taking this state. That rally was called a Freedom Rally. John Croman went to that late this morning, and he joins us now from the Capitol. Hi, John.
Hey, Jana, the Freedom Rally was sponsored by the conservative think tank known as the Center for the American Experiment. It was kind of pushing back against the Democratic majority here at the Capitol. The theme of the rally was Stop the Madness, a chance for conservatives to lash out against bills the governor has signed or may yet sign this session.
Stop the madness! Stop the madness!
John Hendraker from the Center for the American Experiment led the chants.
Stop the madness!
At a rally promoted as a stand against the DFL trifecta running the state capitol.
We're closing down too many coal plants, too many gas plants, and we're trying to replace them with wind and solar that only work about 33% or 18% of the time. It's not going to work. It doesn't work in California. It's not going to work here.
That's a reference to the Carbon Free by 2040 bill, one of the first ones the governor signed this year, the first in a long list of bills the Republican minority tried to stop.
We lost the majority, but we are committed every single day to 2026 and getting back the majority to protect our rights in Minnesota for freedom, for liberty, for our families.
Minnesota cattle and reptiles will have more rights than Minnesotans' pre-born children. Let me hear you. The madness must stop.
But much of this rally was about bills still in the works, such as the proposed ethnic studies curriculum.
This isn't an ethnic studies bill. It's a critical social justice bill that will put kids into camps based on the color of their skin and set them up as either victims or victimizers.
Also, push back against Democratic bills that would make Minnesota a refuge for transgender kids seeking gender-affirming health care.
My name is John Justice. I identify as a man. That's because that's what I am. I'm a fan of reality, and that's how God made me.
There were several references to this, a performance by drag artist Tommy St. James just 4 days ago in this very same rotunda.
Stepping over and dancing on that star in a very wrong way. That is something that is symbolic of what is being brought forward in our state. That is stamping on our freedom. It is stamping on the true North Star. And we will not stand up for that in this state at all.